And we are back with the fifth segment of the GSMC basketball podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this fifth segment, we are going to do quick finals preview since the game is going to be happening tonight. A little bit going, it's going to be a bit of a shorter segment than the rest of the other segments because there's not. I've talked a lot about this game. It's very highly anticipated, and it's like there's not really much else that needs to be talked about aside from now my opinion on who's going to win in Game 3 may have changed slightly now that Kristaps is revealed to be injured. And it would seem that, going into Dallas and going into the game tonight, the Celtics, I feel like they might struggle just a little bit not having Kristaps just for a little bit, but I don't know. Like, I don't really think that the Celtics are going to end up losing this game because it's like they've they haven't lost a series. Not they haven't lost a series going when they're up 2-0 since LeBron. They haven't lost an away game at all in this entire postseason, which has been the biggest reason why they've ended up winning because they've been able to sort of nullify home court advantage for the other team. And like with this with the fact that they just haven't lost an away game yet, I don't really see that streak ending for the Celtics, and I just don't see them losing this game. I mean, despite the fact that Kristaps is out for this game, like if you watch the second segment that I showed, it showed that the Celtics, they actually ended up in the regular season, they ended up outscoring their team more without Kristaps on the roster than they did with Kristaps on the roster. So it's like they could easily win without Kristaps. And not only that, their team chemistry having Al Horford at center, it's good enough that they're able to, perform well and still having, their bench play in substitution for Kristaps because it's like they have better chemistry with Al Horford than they do with Porzingis at the center, despite the fact, it doesn't really, they both provide good enough impact for the team. And not only that, we are due for a Kyrie Irving legacy game that he usually has in Game 3. He has a really good history of playing in Game 3. So I mean, he was actually, I remember in 2016, he was arguably like the biggest reason why the Cavs why the Cavs were winning in that Game 3 against the Golden State Warriors in 2017. And he's been a big reason why the Dallas Mavericks were able to win all of their Game 3s in this series, or majority of their Game 3s. Now, Lil Fettuccine in the chat, where's LeBron going now? I don't know where he's going. I really don't know. I think he might stay. Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he stays. It seems like the Lakers are probably gonna draft Bronny, and I mean, if the Suns draft him, I don't know. They might. I don't really see him leaving. But going back to the finals and this in this game, I don't see the Celtics losing this game. Like I just don't. Like the team seems too good to fail. And it doesn't matter what obstacle you throw at them. It doesn't matter what how many players they end up losing. They just whoop everyone's ass. That's all it is. It's like it's really difficult to beat a team that is so versatile and has so much offensive potential and so much and just as much defensive potential. So I don't really see, and not to mention like the rest of the Mavericks, as a team, they haven't really been playing well, and it's like I haven't really seen them play well in the series against Boston yet. Again, Luka Doncic is the only player on the Mavericks that has hit multiple three-pointers in the series, and I don't really see that changing, despite the fact that they're going to be playing in home court. Because it's simple. Like the Celtics, they haven't lost in an away game, and I don't see them losing an away game. Now maybe they'll drop one. They might drop one, but my doubts are it's highly unlikely in my opinion. But then again, we are still due for a Kyrie Irving game, so we'll see what happens. But again, that's going to be the end of this, shorter than normal segment, because it's like there's not really much that needs to be talked about that I haven't talked about already, and I'm just really excited for this game to go down. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the comments. And with that, that is the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show, leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Remember to use the link in the description to get your comments recognized, or the link displayed below the ticker on every show segment. It's gsmcpodcast.net. Really helps the show, makes the show much more interactive between myself and you guys. That's all I have for you in this podcast. I am your host, Nelson, and as always, take care. Get ready to watch the game.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't want